Hello tubers, such a lovely day. Just thought I would get out, do a little bit of filming in a new location in the southwest of England. This could be a new place for me to go hammock camping. There's some woods here that look like a potential. I got an OS map recently of the local area. Highly advise you do it if you don't have one, because I found woodland, ancient woodland here that was not on, well, it's very hard to see on Google Earth. So yeah, it's very cold, it's November, at the weekend, beautiful blue sky. I'll show you, it's just a perfect day. So, checking out a new spot. Apparently the history of this wood I'm trying to find, they used to hang people in this wood a long time ago, so I thought it would be a cool place to do a hammock camp. So there's some potential over here. It's very muddy, it's a bit icy, it's pretty cold. If you can see over there, some woodland over there. I don't think that's it though. It's up this way. So have a look. I got some gear with me, not much, just a little bit, mainly to show you how I do hammock suspension, because I do it a little bit different to many people, and most of the woodland I'm in most of the time is very dark and difficult to see, so this day is perfect for it. So I might try and do that. There is a river down there which would be ideal. This is private land. I have to find out who the owners are. That is a public right of way, which is quite good. There is a wood over there. I've got my compass with me, so I think I'm gonna try that over there. 'Cause I'm not camping out today. I'm just checking it out. I'll do the hammock suspension stuff and a few other bits and pieces. It's coming up to Christmas, so not much time to get out at the moment. So I'll take all opportunities I can, especially when the weather's so great. Got some storm damage here. Most people see a fallen tree. I just see tinder really. Resources to start a fire. This is a great place. I can hear a stream or a river. I'm not usually in woodland that has running water, so that would be a big bonus if it has. Check it out. Oh, it's a fantastic day. There's a stream down here. Good running water. The banks are a bit slippery, a bit muddy, but a little waterfall there, if you can see. That'll be perfect. Fill in bottles. Quite like that. It's been raining a little bit, but not too bad. So I'm trying to find this woodland. It's very, very old. There's some up there. There's some over there. Should get my compass out really. Just have a look round. I want to find a couple of trees. I'll show you the hammock setup. See what that's all about. So Christmas is coming up. Hopefully get a few new things at Christmas, and then we can do some videos on that. I got an idea coming up to do a series of videos on cooking for wild camping. So you need something that's quick and convenient and easy, but sometimes the same old stuff gets a bit boring, the dried food and the boiled water and things like that. I like cooking, and I think there's a lot of potential to do some really great cooking just on like a Trangier or an alcohol burner. Quiet, no smoke, stealthy. I think we could get some really good stuff going. So I'm going to do a kind of a mini playlist or channel on that. I've got a whole load of recipes I've worked out. So I'm going to work out kind of the best balance of storing the food for travel, storing it dry. I'm looking at vacuum packing food, how easy that is or not. And I'm also looking at baking just with a normal cooking pot and a Trangier, which I've gone into and tested a little bit. It seems to work really well. Or an alcohol stove. So we can do some baking. And I think it's going to be really good. So stick with the channel. Probably do it in January, February time. And get some cooking on the go, and we can have some gourmet food in the wild camps without costing too much, just with everyday ingredients, not special trail food or anything like that. So yeah, that should be quite interesting. Got loads of tasty recipes from Chinese to Mexican to English, some Spanish. I've got a lot of good ideas for that, so hopefully that'll be quite interesting. I'm going to try and show you this up there on the hill. Seems to be some woodland up there, so that looks quite interesting. So I might check that out. It'd be nice to stay near to the river if we can. Make life a little bit easier. It's nice and out of the way, it's quiet. I haven't seen anybody. So yeah, oh, there's a farm down there. I'm going to go this way. Oh, it's really boggy. It's been quite wet recently, so have a look. I wonder if I can get down here. There's a little bridge, a little bit of mud, and a bridge, and then there's something on the other side. I'd quite like to have a look. See if I can do it without falling in, although that would make a good YouTube clip, I suspect. You all want me to fall in, I know. Oh, the river's really good. Fast flowing, clear. Nice. That water looks good. See if I can get through this mud. Ooh. This is not the old woodland I was looking for. There's a guy over there. These are quite young trees. A lot of dog walkers here, perhaps. Made it. Okay, so this is quite interesting. No, it's definitely not the woodland that I was looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. but let's see what these are. This looks like a planted young forest. They're trying to, around this area, they're planting a lot of trees and things like that to encourage people to come out here, which is good. Quite nice. Strong enough for hammock, but not really the best location. Yeah, easy strong enough. So I'm going to go up to the other area now, see what that's like. So, just asked the guy, and he thinks it might be up this way. I can see it actually. Very nice chap, just like his dog's going. I thought I'd come out because I was in the woodland recently and my German para boots were pretty muddy from the woodland. I thought I'll come out for a nice walk, just 5 minutes from my house, and clean my boots off as I go, but there's more mud here than in the woodland, so I guess I'll have to clean that now. It's a lovely day. Backpack today is one I've had many years. I'll show you it better later. It's a Carrymore 30 litre. It's just perfect for days, little days out. You get quite a lot in there if you expand it all. It's got a waterproof cover built into the bottom of the pack, where I keep my knife and things like that as well, hidden out the way. It's just a really great pack, really light. It's not big enough for a big wild camp, but you could get some little stuff in there, no problem. So yeah, quite good. Not sure if you can buy it anymore. Clear sky. It's going to be cold tonight. It was about 0 degrees this morning, and I think it's up to about 5 or 6 degrees now. So still quite cold, but really lovely. Right, so I think we're coming up to the wood up here. I'm walking the dog. I'm trying to get a feel if this is somewhere that could be useful. Feeling quite good about it at the moment. Arrive late and leave early. I find it quite difficult in the winter. I haven't really camped in the winter much before, but it's quite difficult with the early nights. It goes dark about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So that makes it quite hard, especially if you're in an area where you can't light a fire. So yeah. So we found the wood where they used to hang people. Not recently, some time ago. It's quite dense. It doesn't look as though it's a managed woodland, so it's quite raw. I found a little entrance in. But I like it. It's a bit far away from the river, but not too far that you couldn't just walk down there to fill your bottles, which is good. So you can get in a bit. Yeah, it's quite rough. It means it should be quite quiet. You won't get many problems in here with other people. Some nesting boxes. They don't look as though they're managed very well. Another indication you won't get much trouble in here, which is good. Yeah, it's definitely not kept woodland. Some big trees, it's like birch. Some beech. Be careful with the beech, of course, because they drop their branches, which is quite dangerous. Ah, nice. It's a good little spot because it's so local. Have to do a bit of clearing away, I think, if you want to have a hammock in here, but doable. See how it's gone. Oh, this is nice. This could be good. Little hole there, could be rabbit, I think. Yeah, this is a big rabbit's nest. I don't think foxes. No. Rabbit, I think. Might be a fox then. So this would be perfect. There's a perfect little hanging spot here. This is where the hammocks come into their own. This sort of place is where hammocks come into their own. Couldn't really put a tent down here. It's too rough. Slopes everywhere. But no problem for a hammock. Love it. This is very nice. You can see the edge of the woodland over here. This is like a little copse, like a little edge to the main woodland. A long way from people. The golf course not far away, so but far enough away that they won't come wandering up. You've got to be careful with your head when you're doing YouTube videos walking through woodland. What have we got here? So we've got Farmer's Field here. Okay, that's fine. Be far enough in that you won't get seen. Nowhere near. This is wonderful. Right, I'll get some kit out and show you the hammock suspension method that I used. It's a little bit different. Oh, we've got oak trees, that's good. Don't want beech. Something fairly upright. Okay, let's get the stuff out to show you. So, hammock suspension. My way of doing it is a little bit different to others. I need, on the tree end, I need three things. I need my tree huggers. These protect the bark of the tree compared to cord. They're nice and soft. Polyester. And then I have a climb-in carabiner. This is a Grivel 27 kilonewtons. You can get that anywhere, any camping shop. And then you need one of these. It's called a rappel ring. They use them in climbing. They're forged. You can get them from China, which I got mine. I don't think I would climb on it, but perfectly good for hammocks. This is 25 kilonewtons. I'll put the link in the notes. So this is how it works. So you put your tree hugger straps around your tree. This is a tree, in case you didn't know. So for the tree huggers, all I've done was I used normal webbing, put a water knot in one end, and then a stopper knot after that to stop it. If it slips, it won't slip out, because water knots are known to slip after many iterations. put that around the tree. Make sure it's flat all the way around. Got one loop at the end and just put that through. There you go. There you go, that's on there strong. Then you just take your rappel ring, and this is called a line locker. It's used in slack lining a lot, which is like tightrope walking on a bouncy line. So this is the line locker using the rappel ring. So you take your ring, you make a bite in your strap, just like that, a loop, bite. You put that through the rappel ring, like that. Take it round, and just poke the end through the ring again. And then you just pull the end out. So that's the loop that's gone round twice. Then you take your carabiner, put it through the loop, like that, and then dress the knot, like that. And that is line locked. So I'll move it a little bit up for you, so you can see better. So you take your bite, like that. Make it small, because it does go down a little bit to where you think it goes. Take your rappel ring, put the bite through, round, tuck the end in again. Grab the end, just wriggle it a little bit. Just take your carabiner, put the carabiner through that, and then pull it. And that is line locked. There's no way that will come out. It works by friction, mainly by friction, but also it's looped round and through, so it can't pull the carabiner through the rappel ring. So there's not a lot of pressure on the rappel ring actually. Which is nice. The thing I like about this, it's quite quick, it's adjustable, you can put it anywhere. It's very light, these things are extremely light. But the main reason is if you look at the webbing, it's going all the way round, and wherever it is, it's flat. There's no twists, there's no scrunching of the webbing, which does reduce the strength of the webbing. So that's why I like it. It's neat and tidy, adjustable, light, and the webbing stays intact and nicely dressed. It's a very tidy knot, and you can put all your weight on that and it's not going anywhere, totally line locked. So you just do that at both ends and then hang your hammock onto the carabiner. Okay, that's line locking. I'll just get the hammock because that's a bit different. In fact, I'll take you in a bit closer. You can see. So there you go. That's line locked. Goes through. Carabiner goes through the two loops. See in there. There's no way that is moving. And I've used it, and it's very successful. It's mainly used in rock climbing and things like that, but you can also use it for hammock, why not? On the end of my hammock, it's a DD frontline hammock. You might have seen it before in other videos. All I've done is take the webbing that's already on the hammock, because it's really good webbing, it doesn't wick and the water doesn't run down it too much, and do some figure of 8 knots. You can see there. Very strong knots that you can undo, they won't jam. And then I just did them every 6 inches or so, something like that, all the way down. So all I have to do is take a loop, put it in the carabiner, done, you're on. And if it's not the right length, just take that off, maybe take it a bit tighter, another couple of loops, in the carabiner, on. That's it, very, very simple. Take you a bit closer in. So these are the lines, that's the figure of 8 knot. And that's another one, just provides lots and lots of loops. You just pop it in the loop that's right for you. If you want extremely fine adjustment that's between the 6 inches, you just move your line locker down a little bit. No problem at all. You can see, very, very strong. I like it. Very quick, simple. I know a lot of people use whoopee slings. A lot of people use hammock straps. Sorry, hammock. What they called? Can't remember. Hammock is a name of a strap you can buy, which is a little bit like this. You can also buy Atlas straps, which is this effect with the loops but built into the webbing, so that's another way to do it. Quite nice. But I didn't want to buy those, I just wanted to make my own, and this came with the hammock, so it really didn't cost me hardly anything at all. You need to buy good quality climbing carabiners and rappel rings. Go to a good quality climbing shop. So these are about £5 or £6, and these are about £3 or £4 on eBay. I'll put the links in, and they look nice too. So yeah, perfect. So yeah, if you want to try that, give it a go. Another thing you can do once you've got all this, if you're not keen on using the rappel rings, you can use a what's it called? Marlin spike hitch. So hang on a sec. You can use a Marlin spike hitch. Use a Marlin spike hitch if you want, just with a carabiner instead of a stick. So you just make a loop, loads of videos on this online, make a loop, turn it up, grab that one, then put your carabiner through there. There you go. Dress the knot, and there you go. You can put a slippery hitch in there if you want to stop it slipping. So you just do a little loop, grab it, pull it through, and that will stop it slipping. But it's a very quick and easy way. But if you notice, it's all bunched up tight. It does reduce the strength of your line a little bit. It's perfectly safe though. So yeah, if you didn't want the rappel ring, that's another way you can do it quite easily, just with a carabiner, and it's easy to hook onto your hammock. So, something else I wanted to show you. Well, I can't really show you. I've got a new way of I've got a new way of doing like a steady cam on the camera. I'll put a link in the notes below. It's using a normal tripod. Just release one of the legs and use the others to stabilise, and you'll see it's floating. It's like a floating Steadicam. So I'm just going to give you some shots through the forest now, see what you think, and have a go yourself if you like. It's a really good way of getting smooth weight action. And get a bit of doesn't cost anything if you've got a tripod already. Most tripods can be converted like this. You just need to be able to release one of the legs and give yourself a steady cam. Go at any height. I'm going to go head height. You can run with it, and it keeps it pretty steady. It's just perfect, really. I have a very small, lightweight tripod that I take with me. It's a Silk Sprint Mini GM. You can also tilt it up, aerial shots and down, just by using the legs of the tripod. You just hold it onto the free leg, and then you're floating around. So doing a bit of camcorder work, or using a little compact camera like I am, and this is an ideal way of getting into Steadicam. Hopefully not feeling too sick. So coming out of the woodland now. Quite an interesting little spot, I think. There's some there's a house down there that I know of. Don't really want to go that way. So yeah, next year I think we'll do some alcohol or trangia cooking out in the wild. A bit more higher quality stuff than the dried food. Have a go at that. We'll do more trips in the woodlands. We've got quite a lot planned for next year. We'll see how things go. I'm not going to do many kit reviews. There's too much of it on the internet, I think. Sometimes it's a bit interesting, but normally most things you can find out just by looking at the specs of the products or looking at the picture of the product. So I don't plan to do many reviews. I will do some. I'll do some of the kit that I use. I'm not affiliated with any companies. I don't get sent any kit, and I wouldn't promote kit that I'm sent anyway, because it's kind of not independent then. It's not very good. So yeah, I'll only do the kit that I use, that I buy, and if I find it works for me, then perhaps it'll work for other people, or perhaps they weren't aware of it. I've got a very nice tiny Trangia holder or stand, pot stand, that I found on the internet. It came through the other day. It's really nice, stainless steel, sprung loaded legs, very tiny, very light, fairly light I would say, and yeah, I think it's going to be quite good. So I might show you that. It's by a company called Miltech, and we'll show you that in the new year, I think. Wow, just found another piece of woodland. This is interesting. Quite wild. Nice and light above though, which is good. Some beech trees. Looking at the dead leaves. Nice, open and airy, which is unusual for woodland. It's more of a copse than a woodland. Yeah, quite a nice little place. It's a bit open. Got some fungi, some dead trees. I'm not kind of a fungi man. I don't know much about fungi. I don't eat them because I don't know enough about them, but maybe one day I'll go on a course or something to learn a little bit about them. We'll see. I would like to pick my own mushrooms and things and cook them, but if you're not 100% sure, then you should just leave it alone. Don't go by guessing or what you see other people do on the internet. You need to really have a professional guide with you that really understands it, because some of them look very, very similar. And it can be quite dangerous. Oh, this is quite nice. Quite like this. It's a little bit more open. think I prefer the other spot, but might try it. A few trees, I could sling a hammock up, I think. Not really a problem. 2 big trees. Oh, it's an amazing day. I'd really like some woodland near that stream I was on earlier. That would be great. I think I need to explore more in that area really. Study the map a bit more, go out with my compass and find exactly the spots that I want. Need to try it. Oh, there's a big hole. I'll just sort out the camera and have a look down inside. Now that's not a rabbit hole. What is that? I don't know. That could be a badger's set. Got some scrapings here. Can't see any spoor as such. I think it's more badger. Badgers can be quite vicious, so you've got to be a little bit careful. Does look like badger. Yeah, got a big hole there. Interesting. I'm thinking about upgrading the camera that I've got. I've got a little Fuji FZ750, which is absolutely brilliant as a camera. Really is good. It's got a tremendous zoom on it, 10 times zoom. It's super sharp, super easy to use. Just shove it in your pocket and away you go. But for video, it's good when the light's good, but it struggles a bit on focusing, and it's not ideal really. When it's dark, the sensor's not very good for very dark woodland, so I want to change it now. Got an option really, a couple of options. There's the GoPro, which everybody seems to be using, which is okay. It's good quality, lightweight. I think the main reason is when you get a GoPro, you're buying into the whole GoPro ecosystem. So you're getting a lot of... whoa, that's muddy. I have to jump over that. So you ready? Oh, done. So yeah, you buy into the whole GoPro ecosystem, which you get all the mounts and all the accessories and batteries and all that kind of stuff, which is good. But for me, I'm not sure it's the best camera. The low light capability is okay, but it's not best in class. It is very expensive compared to some of its peers, and all the accessories and mounts I just don't need, because it's more aimed at sort of snowboarders and extreme sports, skydiving, helmet mounted cams, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not really needing a lot of that stuff. So had a look around, and it looks like there's a couple of good Sony cams called AZ1 is one of them. AS100, but the one I'm looking at is the Sony AS20. It seems very good. The imaging sensor on it is backlit, which means in low light situations it excels more so than the GoPro. You get a lot more detail in there in low light. The battery is very good on it. You don't have to use the crazy Sony batteries or Sony memory. You'd be insane to use those. Just gonna have a look in this wild bit here. Yeah, the Sony AS20 seems like from specs and videos that I've seen, it does seem very good. It seems ideal for what I want. There is a waterproof housing for it, which will come in handy. It comes with it, so that's all good. It has some easy mounting options. And for me, I just think it's the one that I'm going to go for. So I won't get it yet. Need to get Christmas out of the way. Maybe there'll be some deals in the new year in the sales, so I might have a look then. That'd be good. The sound on it I'm not worried about, because I'm really after a Zoom H2N to get some really good sound, especially in forestry, and that's what it's all about, some of the sounds. So I want to get some excellent recording equipment for that, and then we should have a lot better result, I think. For the moment it's going okay. Another interesting hole. There's a lot of wildlife around here, I'm surprised. This looks more like a rabbit hole. I could be wrong. Here's some shooting going on somewhere. I bought some aftermarket batteries for this camera on eBay. Very, very cheap. Seem to be higher capacity than the ones that came with it. But in real life kind of experience, doesn't seem to really cut the mustard. They don't really last as long, so I think really what's inside is not what it says on the tin. So I'm going to look for some better batteries really. I might as well wait for the new camera now and just get them for that. Should be interesting. Ah, this is another one. Found another little spot. This is older, much older. This is a bit more kept. There's stuff going on here, without a doubt. People are around here. It's not the best place to camp, but nice place. I think people are doing some sort of shelters. Little seats dotted around. There's a lot of resources here for bush crops actually. Some willow, hazel. Hazel's good. This is a good place to come if you want to make a walking stick, I think. So we'll check that out. Yeah, this is much older. There's a new plantation over there that the I think it's the Forestry Commission are working on. It will be nice. And my children are out doing this in their 40s. At the moment it's brand new. Oh, this is nice. Actually, quite overgrown. Means there's not so many people here. Oh, there's a nest box up there. Might be a protected area. Hawk owl. Hawk owl. That sounds good. I'll leave that alone in case there's something nesting there. Of course there's a lot of squirrels. Thanks for coming along for the walk. It really is odd. I find it really odd doing YouTube videos. It's when you're solo camping, there's really a lot of solitude, which I really like. But it can be very, very sort of isolated. When you've got a camera and you're doing a YouTube video and your brain's thinking what you're going to publish and what it's for, it changes it a bit. It's like you're with someone. It's like you're, I don't know, it's not company as such, it's just odd. Don't feel so isolated maybe. So yeah, it's quite interesting. So I look after technology trends, investments, where to develop products and things like that. So I'm always on the eye out for new technology, the way technology affects people and how it supports people. So yeah, in my view, YouTube will be huge. People think it's big now. It is nothing. This is just the beginning. One day all content, all streaming, or visual, audio, you'll find it on YouTube or services very similar to YouTube, maybe independent services to YouTube. So yeah, get your head around it, get into it, start building your channels that you like, subscribe to them, and you'll be set up for the future. I'm heading back to the car now. Thanks for coming along and enjoying the walk. Checked out some new campsites, possibly. Looked at the hammock hanging methods, and just a bit of a endless ramble of words about what's going on. So thanks very much for that. Likes are really important for me on the YouTube. They measure a lot of stats on that, so likes are really important. So if you do like it, please press the like button and share and subscribe. There's lots of stuff coming up which could be fun. Okay, thanks very much. See you next time.